Hello, I'm Jill Webb and I run a training company called Jill Webb Training. We offer a variety of training and a lot of that training is safeguarding. And in safeguarding we talk a lot about the voice of the child, but of course that's important right across the sector when we talk about children and young people. So when I talk about children, just to remind you that the 1989 Children Act defines a child as anyone up to the age of 18. I work with so many committed practitioners in different roles who are working with children and young people. Especially when we're working together on safeguarding, there is so much legislation, so much process to get heads round that actually children can be forgotten. I have to challenge myself that we can go through a whole course without actually talking about children. And of course it's not just in safeguarding. We should be listening to children and young people throughout our work and provision. What would they like to plan to do next? How would they like to spend the settings budget and so on? Article 12 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child mandates that children's views should be taken seriously. Really important. So the voice of the child means really involving children in expressing their views, opinions and experiences. It should be real and not tokenism. Don't ask me something if you don't want to know what I'm going to say. Listening to children includes both verbal and non-verbal communication. It goes beyond simply seeking their views, what would you like for tea tonight, to actively encourage them in decision-making processes. I was working with a group last night and I asked them to share some ideas of how they capture the voice of the child, and there was some really good practice shared. One practitioner reminded us you need to get children and young people involved in the small decisions and understand they feel listened to, because then they are more likely to speak out if they've got a concern. Another setting had a blue corner. Anybody can go and sit there when they're not feeling themselves and a member of staff will go and have a chat to them. I love the idea of a feelings box where people could write what they were feeling and post it in. Expressive use of toys and dolls was discussed, and looking at the pictures that people draw and letting children use drawing as an expression. Catch the informal as well as the formal. When we're looking at what we're seeing and hearing and observing, remember those key safeguarding words. What have I seen or heard which has worried me? What have I seen or heard which has worried me? Because often that will help to guide you into whether you have got a child that's worried about something that might be not a safeguarding concern, or it might be a safeguarding concern. But of course, if you're not sure, talk to your designated safeguarding lead. So I just encourage you to keep on working at the voice of the child, and please leave us any feedback and ideas that you would like us to share more widely. Thank you.